All right, Atul Wassan, Charu Sharma still with me. Atul, to you, just looking at the way things are at the moment, the Mudgal Pro panel has concluded that Gurunath, Kundra, both involved in illegal betting, both part of the team. If we were to follow the IPL rule book, plain and simple, you think both franchises should be scrapped, first things first?
Not really. You know, if you really look at the rules, it says that the maximum punishment can be that. But there is a minimum punishment also, like if you commit a murder, not necessarily you're going to be hanged. You know, there could be 7 years, 10 years, rigorous imprisonment, whatever. There are various levels between the lesser, penalties to the highest one. So I think now the ball will move on. I think we'll reach the final bend of this whole fiasco, and I think another committee will be appointed by the board. Yeah. Okay,
Atul, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but looking at the clause 11.3, it doesn't say maximum or minimum. It says that anyone who's associated, be it an owner or an official with a franchise, and if he's brought any sort of disrepute to the sport and the IPL or the team, then the franchise needs to be scrapped. Charu, is that how you understand it too?
Yes, but I think we can all do ourselves a huge service if we can unearth a franchisee contract and actually get that extract of Rule 11.33 or C or whatever it is and read it out, because that will establish clearly whether there are levels of punishment or whether there's just immediate suspension.
We've got it on our screen as you speak. We've got it on our screen. We've got the exact clause.
So would you like to read it out?
Sure. I'll just start with it. It says that if there is any team, franchise may be terminated immediately if the franchise / franchisee group company / or any other owner official acts in a way which has any sort of material adverse effect upon the reputation or standing of the league, BCCI, IPL, BCCI, the franchise, the team, and or the game of cricket.
There's no differentiation there. Yeah. Sure. So there's no differentiation there. It just says can be terminated, or it says can be, not will be. It doesn't say will be, or it says can be.
Can be.
Yes.
Well, that alone gives you a little bit of a question mark.
But let
me ask you one important
question.
Again,
there's another, because I think these rules...
Atul, hang on. Let me just ask a question to you and to Nikhil. That we're talking about two administrators now, or two people connected with the team. Sorry, not administrators, say team owners or principals or shareholders. Right. What about the players who have already been suspended by the IPL itself, who belong to a certain team and who were obviously guilty of grave misdemeanor as in some kind of spot fixing?
Charu,
now, did that not bring the game into... so, should those teams that featured those players not have been sacked then?
Okay. Right. Atul, one final point to you. We're completely out of time.
I can answer that. I think... Hello?
Yeah, Atul, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say, exactly. Now it opens the Pandora's box, because, hindsight is such a lovely thing that when these rules or whatever these clauses were written or formed in English language, probably they didn't realize there were many layers of grey in the middle as well. So I think because each team has got a consortium of 5-7 owners, now they've got their families. Who all can you police against betting? Of course, fixing is another thing which has to be actually investigated. But if somebody like 250 million people in India illegally bet on cricket, and they are related to one of the owners who are like 10, 20 owners or shareholders, we're just going to be at it all year round.
But Atul, everyone else who's betting is very different to someone who was sitting in the dugout, was sitting in while that franchise was
exactly. So
there.
How are you going to police 2,000 people? That is players. Relatives of players, families of players, owners, 7, 8 owners, their families, their in-laws, everybody comes into the purview then.
I'm just looking at people who were there in the dugout, who were there in the dressing room, who were there when the auctions was happening. I'm not looking at relations.
Okay, so now we have to insert. Now we'll have to insert.
Okay.
No, now we'll have to insert the fine print and name each and everyone who is culpable in this.
All right. We'll now, of course, the ball is in BCCI.
So we have to put in everything down there, that whoever sits in the dugout, whoever's got so many percent of shares, it has to be actually further clarified with more fine print.
I'm completely out of town, but we can debate and look at our own interpretations, but then we all know, as Charu pointed out right at the beginning, that you will have to look at what the BCCI interprets their own law by. And I know that earlier they have looked at this law and terminated a few franchises. Will they do that with Rajasthan Royals and Chennai Super Kings? We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to take a break. Lots more sports news on the other side.